Hopefully this one's able to get up finally. But today we're going to be talking about dialogue within fiction. Um, so for the agenda today, just going to update the class with some things. Most of it I've already discussed over conferences. We're going to have a small writing exercises and then a writing activity that's going to be on a discussion board. Um, that one is going to be due on Sunday, so don't worry too much about that due date. Um, you're going to have to discuss it with some partners and see how you're going to go ahead and do that activity. But we will, I'll go over that at the end of this video. Then we'll have, dialogue lecture. Get ready for your final fiction project. We're going to be doing online workshop very, very soon. So just be prepared for that. So I want to remind you all that due dates are extremely flexible. Um, there's really like no need to worry about anything if you can't get things done on time. Um, that my schedule's open. You just let me know when you could get those things in, and everything should be completely fine. Remember, the discussion board is due. You already have someone assigned probably, so you're gonna have to email them and just talk to them about how you want to go ahead and compose those things and stuff. But just be aware of that, and yeah, everything should be pretty much set. Um, I think this is a really cool writing exercise scene. It's kind of working with the mystery genre, so I want you guys to sort of consider um, all these different types and genres of writing. So because this is mystery, I really want you guys to experiment with it. A little fun. Just write a short scene that involves that. A lot of what we're going to be discussing about dialogue comes from our nonfiction sequence of the class. So this is very much a review of what we've already covered previously. Um, Remember that a dialogue is a conversation between two or more people as a feature of a book, play, or movie. Um, some things that I do want to add though is that you want to reserve dialogue for key moments that help move the story in some way. And it's important that you do realize that dialogue functions as this. Um, Whenever characters are talking about themselves, they should reveal some type of new information. Again, this isn't always completely necessary, but and there might be some type of redundancy. That's when you get like soap opera type of fiction, right, where it's just overly dramatic. There's always a new revelation, and you don't really want to do that, right? You want to have situations and events that are complicated but are also controlled within a logical interior structure. Um, in dialogue, it's important to identify the who's talking, right? So that you have you're utilizing these different dialogue tags. He said, she said, he yelled, Jesse asked, right? But not every statement needs a dialogue tag, and I talked about how important it is to be very sort of careful with how your dialogue tags are working. Think about Hemingway, who doesn't really need a dialogue tag; he's just using quotes. So it's not always necessary, right? But you wanna make sure that the reader understands and knows who it is talking. Um, be sure to trim the extra words. In real dialogue, people usually say much more than is needed to. We always stress economy of words in this class, and it's no different here in our fiction portion. Um, I talked about this briefly, how I want you guys to use vernacular and dialect that is representative of like your people and what you grew up with, what you've experienced, because really that's the most important and interesting type of literature. But my recommendation is always to be very subtle with this because you could overdo it and slip into imitations that sound stereotypical or offensive. So just be very, very clear and very conscientious of what you're doing with that dialogue and make sure you're not stereotyping anyone. So that's pretty much it for today. If you look at the discussion board, you've already been paired up. So with your partner, I want you to create a piece of dialogue that plays out in an imagined scenario based on this first sentence. Give me the remote. We've done this in class before, and I'm interested in seeing how we're going to be able to facilitate this discussion online or this activity. Um, so you guys attach to some type of document that I could see or on the thread that you're assigned to, you guys could post back and forth about these characters. Either or works. Um, you're going to probably need to talk to your partner about it and email them, get their contact information. Um, it would also be great if this is due not today because it'd be extremely difficult to get done, but if you got it done Sunday. So Please let me know if anything arises. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.